Hello friends, I never thought I would ever be doing this or writing a cookery book or doing something like this, because all my career my cooking has been about estimation, intuition, creativity, flair. Never really followed recipes. That's why I've never been able to promote standardized recipes. But here you go, here I am. The idea behind these videos is to work with the recipes of the Indian food we know about, we love so much, but I want to hijack these recipes, make them more current, make them more relevant, and above all make them healthier. For that we'll have to build up our spice cupboard. We'll keep the spices few, but we'll use clever ideas to use similar spices in different stages of cooking and getting a totally different result. But the two spices mixes we'll start off with. One we would use quite often in North Indian cooking, and one something which we'll probably end up using more in South Indian dishes. So we'll start off with doing an aromatic garam masala, not the standard garam masala, but just the aromatic, or only using the spices which give aroma, special flavor to dishes. And then we'll do the South Indian Gunpowder, which is called, it's a spice mix, spice and little roasted mix, which we would also not only use as a condiment or a spice mix, we could also use it in dishes or serve it on its own. So for the garam masala, I only need nutmeg flower, small cardamom or green cardamom, cloves, cinnamon, or in India there is a different variety called Cassia bark. So let's start off. Here we go. So for the garam masala, we will have to dry roast them for a little while. So I've taken a pan and just turn it on. And let it at medium heat. So here are the spices: elaichi or green cardamom, cassia bark or dalchini, nutmeg flower or javitri, cloves or long. I do have star anise in my cupboard, so I'll just put one or two, and I also have bay leaf, so one or two, why not? So the pan is now hot. And so if you see, it's more of green cardamom and less of everything else. This is my personal liking, and that's how I like it to be. So we'll now just roast it. We'll have to roast this till we see these spices giving out their natural oils, extracting their natural oils and giving a beautiful aroma. You have to stop then, because you know that the pan is hot and the spices will keep cooking for a while. You don't want that burnt smell. I've now been cooking this for about 2-3 minutes, and you know, the whole room is full of these beautiful aromas of these spices. You can see the smoke coming out. This is the stage when we turn the gas off and we will let the spices cool down. So it's been about 5 minutes and the spices have cooled down. I'm just going to grind them, and as you can see, my garam masala is running out, so I'm going to put this in airtight container. That's very important. And always just grind or make this in very small quantities, which you would not have to keep in your spice cupboard for too long, because they tend to lose their flavor and aroma. It has to go into this. There you go. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. So friends, we are on to our second spice mix, the South Indian Gunpowder, as they call it. For that we need chana dal, urad dal washed. It's heavy, so I'm not lifting it. Whole dry red chilies. I have a Kashmiri variety, so I'm not using this. I would use the spicy crushed chili instead. Sesame seeds or til. The black things you see in between are cloves, which I put for a long shelf life. Salt and asafoetida or hing. So the pan is already getting hot. First of all, in goes the chana dal. So again, dry roasting of these, dry roasting of chana dal, slightly less compared to the urad dal. So we'll just put it, because this will take longer to roast. So we'll start off with chana dal. So this is all at medium heat, not making it too hot. The gunpowder, you know, you can mix with gingerly oil or sesame oil and serve it as a dip with many South Indian dishes. But why I'm asking you guys to keep and make is because it's fantastic. Adding on as spice mix to South Indian curries, which we're going to cook a lot, and instead of buying, for example, ready-made sambar powder, we'll add a regular spices and a bit of this, and that will give us this. Is a fantastic substitute, the sambar powder. And then these you can serve it with, sprinkle over chips, for example. They're fantastic. Or even use with as a sprinkle over salads. So I mean, it's really up to you what you want to do. So this roasting will take time. Now this has been roasting for about 3 or 4 minutes, and now I'm going to add the urad dal, urad washed. This is almost double the quantity of the chana dal, or slightly more. And we continue to roast. It's important to keep the flame at medium and not too high. You don't want that burn, you know, you want again the lentils to gently roast. So I've been roasting this lentil mix for about 5 to 7 minutes. Smells gorgeous. You can see that the lentils are slightly changing color. You're meant to add whole chilies to it. I'm using crushed, as I said, because they are spicier. Probably it's called gunpowder. It's really spicy spice mix, a very hot mix. But you can vary depending on how spicy you want. These chilies are very spicy, so I'm not adding too much. Spicy means hot. When I say spicy. There you go. And we continue for another couple of minutes. I'll add one or two of these just to make it look right. There you go. It's been about a couple of minutes, so I'm going to now take it off the flame and put it in a bowl to cool down. And in the same pan, I'm going to put sesame. So about similar quantity as the urad dal. We put in the sesame seeds. Please ignore the cloves. In goes namak or salt. Because it's a spice mix, they'll probably have a bit more salt than you would put in a dish you'd have, because you probably end up having very little of it each go. So generous amount of salt. And hing, asafoetida. This is obviously mixed with a bit of flour. So if you are allergic to gluten, you probably miss that. And if you're allergic to sesame, then you'll probably miss this step completely. But this asafoetida gives it a fantastic pungent flavor. This shouldn't take very long. As soon as the sesame begins to change color, turn the gas off. Well, in this case, the induction off. It's been about a couple of minutes and I think it's all done. I turn the induction off and I mix this with the lentils and chilies, and we wait for all this to cool down. So we've been waiting about half an hour for this to cool down, and now it's time to grind it, and then again put it in a airtight container and put aside. I have, as you see, I'm running short of it, my gunpowder bottle. And there we go. Wow, look at that. Wow. So that's our gunpowder, which goes into this bottle, has an airtight lid, and we use it for various things as we mentioned. So friends, I hope you enjoyed today's cooking, and I hope you make these spice mixes and put in your spice cupboard. Next time I'll be showing you how to make garlic and ginger and yogurt chutney, which which again, well, a chutney or a dip or a sandwich spread, so many things you could do with it. And also if you put it in fridge, it lasts you a long time, and you could use it in curries, especially North Indian curries. And I'll also show you a vegan version of it, where we'll replace yogurt with the tomato puree. So see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you. Bye.